What is happening, guys? Cowboy here. Welcome back to the walkthrough, and it's time to take down Kalameet. Now, there's a lot of bosses that people consider like the big boys of Dark Souls. Ornstein and Smo being one of them. And then, honestly, the rest of the DLC being the big boy bosses. Artorias is no joke. Manus is no joke. And Kalameet, who we're about to fight, is definitely no joke. So, what we gotta do is head on down this way. Take this path all the way down. We're gonna make a sharp left and go all the way down to the end for a soul item. Now there's gonna be some angry puppers down here. I know how much you all hate having to kill doggos, but these are not good doggos. They're bad doggos. See, they've been infected with some kind of disease, and it's only right to put them out of their misery. Grab that. Oh, and actually, you know what? Before we make this run, yeah, I'll run up and grab it real fast. If you have Homeward Bones, you are all set. Just remember this. If you don't have Homeward Bones, it'll help. It'll save you a little bit of time, basically. But head on over this way real fast. We'll go to Marvelous Chester. He sells Homeward Bones. Pick up a couple of them. I'm completely out of Homeward Bones. I use Homeward Bones like candy. Anytime I do a quick run and get somewhere, I'll just use Homeward Bones to warp on back. Yeah, give me like 4 of those.
So long,
buddy. Alright. So yeah, he's more expensive than the other vendors. Most vendors sell them for 500 souls. He wants 8, but whatever. I need 1. You don't need 1 actually, but it's just gonna help a lot because we're gonna be doing a long run here. So anyway, after that, run all the way to the end. I'd suggest you bring a shield down here. As you kind of see from my health, those dogs hit kind of hard. I consider dogs the same way I do bone wheels in Dark Souls. I'll usually just shield up and then beat them. Sounds terrible, right? Okay. Let's see, all the way to the end, we're going to drop just to the left of the waterfall. There's Kalameet. Alright, now, you can see just below us. Drop down. No, the lizard! Did that count as killing it? It didn't, son of a bitch. Well, yeah, we're not killing the lizard, I guess, this time. The next time we come back here, we can kill him, though. But anyway, you'd hop down this. There's a bunch of soul items right here. If we go up and grab these, it should piss off Kalameet. I'm going to top off our health because he's going to be coming in hot. Yep, there he is. Run back to the waterfall! Man. Still hit us. Alright. Going out. The thing is, you have to get here. You have to have him basically show up before you can proceed. So from this point, we're going to go on up. And now we're going to use that key that we got down in Oolacile Township to talk to Go, the 4th and final Knight of Gwyn. If I remember, I want to say that before we talk to Go, we can go this way and grab a soul item. Yep, there it is. This way. You are about to witness what I would consider to be one of the coolest freaking cinematics in all of Dark Souls.
A visitor, have we? Thou must be the one who freed Artorias. An old friend he was. Thanks to thee, he left this world with honor intact. And here I am, retired and blind. Of little help to thee, I'm afraid.
So, we can buy the hello carving, as well as the thank you carving off him. Sells titanite shards, large and green, as well as great arrows. Talk to him again, though.
Shall never be forgotten. We knights exil.
Anyway, run through this.
There's
Yeah, I gotta reinitiate it.
tomorrow.
Here we go.
Black dragon posing the duress.
You tell him yes.
Yes, I thought as much. He's called Kalameet. I see little good coming from this, but my intent is to persevere to the bitter end.
Yes.
Good, good. What is bravery without a dash of recklessness? I've taken a liking to thee, and I owe thee much for thy service to Artorias. Now, watch, and see how Goth hunts dragons.
Let's go.
Yes. A truer shot was never loosed. That bat will be grounded for a good spell. The rest is in thine hands. I await good tidings. Dragon slaying. Knighthood's highest calling.
So, now that Kalameet is on the ground, we're ready to go take him on. So before you go, obviously, you're going to want to rest at the bonfire here. You're going to want to have as many Estus flasks as possible. Like, to be honest, just, you know, let's just warp to Firelink, get our 20, and then we'll come back, because Kalameet is no joke. While we're doing this run, we'll discuss Kalameet a bit. So, his breath attacks are fire damage. The rest of his attacks are very high physical damage. Every now and then, he'll basically, like, perch up on his hind legs, and his eyes will glow, and there's this, like, weird screechy sound. If you're in front of him, you'll basically kind of be, like, psychic grabbed into the air, and that'll put a temporary calamity debuff on you. Now, I want to note that, you know, you don't have to kill Kalameet. He is an optional boss. He is a very hard optional boss. This is considered, like, the pinnacle of boss slaying. You heard what Ghost said. Knighthood's highest calling. But anyway, back on Kalameet. If he hits you, that'll put a temporary calamity debuff on you, which will double your damage taken. Can make it very easy to get one shot in this fight if you're not careful. Aside from that, he has a forward flight attack, which can hit extremely hard and potentially one-shot you if you're in lighter armor and not blocking. If you can get behind him, he'll do this tail slam type thing. That's going to be your best chance to attack his tail, is get behind him, make him do the tail slam, dodge the slam, and then boop on his tail. Let's see. Aside from that, really, yeah, it's just going to be blocking and poking. You know, there's no real easy trick to beat this guy. He's just, he is a strong boss. He hits hard, he has a buttload of health. Beast. I will say, if you're not interested in cutting off his tail for the weapon, this fight is significantly easier. But, as with all fights, I'm going to go for the tail. The only one we've missed, well, we missed Priscilla's, but it's a dex weapon. And we missed the Sanctuary Guardians, but there's other Sanctuary Guardians that we can fight. So, we'll So we're going back in. We are gonna try and get that lizard again that managed to sneak away from me last time. Gotcha this time, you little bugger. Drop all the way down. And we're gonna heal on up, and the fight begins. So if you have the Black Knight shield, it's honestly one of the best shields in the game for this fight. You know, very high fire resist on it, very high physical resist, very respectable stability. Really good choice. You can see just how much damage that flight forward did. There's his flame breath. He does that. This is your best chance to kind of get behind him. Right now, I'm trying to get behind him. Every time he does this, I laugh, man. Come on, we're not dancing. We're not dancing. Do your fucking tail swipe. I want him to do his tail swipe so I can get the cut. Make sure you let off block every now and then to regenerate your stamina. See how I was able to block that fire breath, take minimal damage there. Ooh, that's the Calamity. Do not let that hit you, whatever you do. I mean, that move barely does damage itself, but it's the debuff that comes with it. So we gotta do this a bunch of times, basically. Gotta get him, actually that was a little preemptive on that heal. I got a +6 Estus. I'm gonna do leg stomps. If I can get him to do the leg stomps, I can usually get him to transition into the tail wag after that. Nice, hefty Great Shield actually works wonders here. But if you don't have one, Black Knight Shield, way to go. Otherwise, use the Crest Shield with the fire defense. You can see I haven't done a lot of damage to him yet. Right now, I'm really just trying to get his tail. So a lot of these boss fights where you want the tail, that's the hardest part of the fight. It's just getting the boss into a position where you can get their tail. In particular, this one's a little bit easier on co-op, just because you can get one person to distract him while the other goes behind and gets the tail. Got it. Obsidian Greatsword. Awesome weapon. It's another one of the dragon weapons. Now that we got that, I have free reign to beat your ass. Stamina broke. Just like Artorias, wait for windows when you know you're safe before you try doing any healing. Oh man. Oh man. That's the big lunge I was warning you guys about earlier. I think it's brutal if it fully connects. You notice I'm kind of doing like a hit twice reshield. He has very obvious windows of when you can and can't get him damage that are safe. So this fight, you know, very much learning this boss. Like, knowing when you can get in, when you can heal, when you can safely get in and do some damage. And it's kind of a, I don't want to say it's an endurance battle, but it kind of is. You know, very meticulous. Like right now, he's almost dead, but I'm not just going to run in and hit him, because that's how you end up getting a kill versus Kalameet. Just stay patient, don't get greedy. And we got him. Woo! And our reward for all of that is the Calamity Ring, which is a ring that, when put on, it will double the amount of damage you take. I told you guys, it was very much the try-hard boss of the game, didn't I? Anyway, all the way down at the end of the ravine here, we have some Ghost Great Arrows. And then there's going to be a slab over in a chest near the double waterfall, and then after that, we'll homeward bone on out of here. But that's the thing, there are people who they'll play the game. I mean, you know, there's all kinds of crazy stuff people do in Dark Souls. The soul level 1 runs. There's the people who will do the, you know, naked runs, the no bonfire, no level up runs, Calamity Ring runs. There are all kind of masochists in this community. See the chest right now, just kind of glowing. Alright, get the slab. Let's hit the bone, get on out of here. At this point, you should obviously spend your 60,000 souls that you just got. We are going to warp back to the Oolacile Township. And then flip around again and go talk to Go once more. Now that Kalameet is dead, he's got a present for us. Big old black spiky dildo to ram the ass of every boss in this game.
Hast defeated Kalameet? Wondrously played. Lord Gwyn's blessing upon thee. That beast will never take to the skies again. This great bow, I shan't need it, but no dragons to hunt. I know not if a human could even operate it. But here, my need outweighs mine.
Yes!
Farewell, proud human. May every honor be bestowed upon thee.
So, if you want to use the Great Bow, it's fucking brutal, dude. 2720 on the requirements, but this thing hits like a truck. I mean, just like the Norlando Knights and their annoying knockdown, you can also do that with Great Bows, so if you really want to be a dick, you know, you could always go to a Norlando, join the archers during an invasion, whip out a Great Bow, and then, you know, get involved in on the fun. So anyway, from here, we have wrapped up everything but the Chasm of the Abyss and our boy Manus. So we're going to be heading back down to that bonfire we got right at the end of the Oolacile Township episode, last part. Warp on down. Oh, no, not kindling that. Warp on over to Township Dungeon. And we will begin our next episode from there as we work our way towards the end of the DLC.